So, very good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. So, we'll be starting the session now. Is my voice and the screen share visible and audible to all of you? You guys can unmute and say or and can react. Anything is comfortable. Just we all want the session to be interactive so that you also gain the maximum effect. Yes. So we'll be starting this now. So the intent of hosting this session at first place was firstly that we all had a week 1 content that was already live on Winter Consulting dashboard. And I hope all of you must have started and or must have completed that session. So we want that we interact with you in a sense that now that you have all course materials in place, we just wanted to give you all a quick recap of what was there in this entire week. So you also have everything in the loop plus any doubts that you may have that you want us to solve in person rather than on Discord. And there were many new joiners as well. So we'll be discussing what exactly at the end. We'll also cater that doubts. If you have any doubts in particular, we are here to help you all. So yes, let's start. So yeah, firstly we'll start with first week 1 overview. So over this entire week, we all wanted, since this was our consulting week, we wanted to give you all of you an insight of what exactly is the world of consulting, first of all, and what are the essentials and how do you actually develop a thought process, the toolkit, and everything in a overview manner. So we started first with the first day was about understanding consulting. What is first principle thinking? So in understanding consulting, we all taught you about what does a consultant do, how do you think like a consulting consultant. Then we move forward to what is first principle thinking. It's a very essential thing in consulting because as a consultant, you are expected to think everything from a very base level, wherein you are not driven by assumptions. You are driven by facts. You know what are assumptions, you know what are facts. So that is what first principle thinking is about, wherein you have the power, you have the mindset to distinguish that there are some superficial things that are existing, there are some pre-existing thoughts that are existing, and then you have this maturity that there are assumptions and then there are facts. You understand the ground truth of everything. So that was what about first principle thinking was about. Then we move forward to have you all the understanding of what is a market research. So as a consultant, you are expected to understand the market. Um, yeah. So as a consultant, your job is to first do a research and then give suggestions. So how do you do the market research for your recommendation? So then that was the first step about understanding the market. Then the next step was, now that you are a consultant, how do you solve a problem? How do you understand what the problem is? So there are some frameworks, toolkits, and some necessary things that you as a consultant should know. Because essentially what you all a general perspective for a consultant is कि you are just market research, you are just a person who gives opinions, who gives suggestion. But it's very important to understand that you do not just give suggestions. You have a basic backing to it. You have a basic understanding of what happens. So as a consultant, you have a very solid foundation to whatsoever you suggest. So basically, we have basic overall toolkits that we wanted you all to understand. So उसमें we covered issue trees, MECE approach, SWOT, PESTEL, and POTUS 5 forces, and the basic CPA consulting toolkit. उसके बाद we covered supply chain, value chain, and then how do you estimate the market. And then we delved into case solving frameworks. So this was overall week 1's overview in general. So this was what you all covered in a very broader way in the week 1. And I hope you all had a basic understanding now, and now you're well understood about what you are expected to do as a consultant. So moving forward, today actually we wanted to actually emphasize on few very important things that you should take away from this week for every anything that you do in consulting. So we'll be discussing that with you all so that you have this uh, basic step two things. You have this basic understanding to things. So the basic consulting toolkit in a very broader sense, I would like to share this with you as CPA. Now, any suggestions on what this can potentially be? What is CPA? Anyone can unmute and say, no issues. So, consulting toolkit, you all studied in day three of week 1, 3Cs model, 4Ps model. So, to like very much bundle it so that you have it, it's easy for you to remember as well. We classify it as CPA. It's not a professional official framework, but it's something that helps you in general as it in sense of a toolkit. So, what is CPA? So, we studied about 3Cs model. 3Cs model of consulting is wherein you analyze three core segments of a marketplace, of an industry, that is customer, competitors, and company. So in 3Cs model, you understand that if I am solving a problem, who are my customers that I essentially am solving this problem for? Because now why this, we have to understand why are we doing this. So as a consultant, any business will come to you that, hey, I want you to solve this problem for me. I am facing a issue of decreasing margins, decreasing revenue, and I'm not getting customers. I think something is going wrong with my business. Now you know this problem statement. That is fine. But how will you solve it? So there is CPA approach to it. We taught you frameworks, we taught you different strategies towards the end of the week, but all of the strategies have this as the basic foundation. And it's a very layman approach that I feel you all must know for anything that you're willing to solve. So 3Cs model is one part of it. The CPA may, the C part is about 3Cs model. So in 3Cs model, if you are analyzing any company, what you look for is who are your company's key customers, what is your company all about, and who are your competitors for the company. And I think it makes sense as well because if you do anything, this is what a marketplace for any company looks like. Okay, what is my company doing? What are my customers doing? And what are my competitors doing? So these are the questions that you ask. That what are the strengths and weaknesses of a company? To identify the strengths and weaknesses, then you use SWOT analysis. So the frameworks that you're learning, you learned in this entire week, are coming in place with the help of these models. This is how you implement the learning that you are understood in this entire week. So in company, you analyze what is the strength and weaknesses of your company. What is a unique selling point? How is your company unique? How is Parle-G different from Marigold or any, if you're analyzing Parle-G as a biscuit or any company, any bigger share. So how is your company unique than the other company? Post that, who are your key competitors for the company? What are they offering? If you are analyzing the biscuit market, so biscuit has Parle-G, Marigold, Biscoff. Let's suppose I'm taking three into consideration. So what is Biscoff doing different than Parle-G? Who are the competitors? And then who are your customers? So this is the basic understanding that you have your company, you have your competitors, and then you have your customers. So this 3Cs model help you analyze a broader perspective of things. And when you analyze all the three, then you give a strategy. The strategy is the balance between what we offer, what the customers want, and what are the threats from our competition. And then you give a strategy. So this is the 4Ps model. Sorry, yeah. The 4Ps model. The 4Ps model is yet another tool in the consulting toolkit, wherein now that you have a basic understanding of the competitors, company, and uh, company competitors and customers, the next thing that you move forward to is what is the product that you want to sell? What is the price that will help you sell that product? What is the place that will be well suited? And how do you promote your product? So now that you have a problem, how do you do a broader, further in-depth analysis? So you do the 4Ps model. So you identify that what sort of product will be beneficial, brand, services, and packaging. At what price point will it be beneficial? At what price point will it be affordable? So that different types of customers will be attracted to it. So what is the discount, the credit policy? How should you sell your product? That is how you do publicity. Yeah. Is my screen visible to everyone? Yeah. Kahan, is my screen visible?
Your screen is visible. Yeah, you can continue.
I guess you have a network issue, Pranjal.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, now it is visible. You can start with it.
Yeah. So C, P, and A. So we were talking about the P part of it. So that is how you analyze the 4 A's model. Now, this is again a financial toolkit. That is, you have everything, but what about the customer? What is the customer facing perspective? So, do the customer accept your product? The acceptability. Do the customers have the acceptability for your product? Second thing, does your customer have the affordability to afford your product? Can they afford your product? Third thing, is the product accessible to is your product accessible?
Pranjal, if you
Just a
off your
second.
video, that would help actually. If you off
Yeah,
your
yeah,
video,
just a
the network
second.
would be fine.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you for your cooperation. So moving forward, I guess I should, after this, I'll stop my screen share. Kahar, you can continue sharing the screen. Post this. Anyways, this is the last part. So 4A's model is how acceptable is your product? How do people perceive your product? Is your product affordable? Third thing, is your product accessible? Does your product have the market does it reach to all the vendors who are selling your product? So is your product accessible and are people aware for your product? So these are 4A's model. It was not included in week 1 because we didn't find an appropriate video for it, but we wanted to share this with all of you. So overall, the CPA model is a basic fundamental. Even if you apply profitability framework, any other framework, this is a very basic approach that we want you all to understand. Yeah. So, post this understanding, how do you do a research? Now, as a consultant, you are expected to have a backing for any result that you propose. And it's very obvious
Excuse me,
that if
sorry
you
to
are a
interrupt you, ma'am.
consultant, yeah,
Ma'am, can you
sure.
please move to the previous slide? I just want to take that note. Thank you, ma'am.
You just want to take.
No, ma'am, that 4 is, ma'am.
Anyways, guys, share this entire slide with you. Yeah. We'll
Okay,
share
okay.
this
Thank you.
slides with you. Don't worry. This is the entire
Okay,
intent.
thank you, ma'am.
So you need not have to take any screenshots. Everything will be shared. Yes. So moving forward, as a consultant, you are expected to do research. Why research? Because if you propose any suggestion that, let's suppose I'm giving you any suggestion, why will you accept my suggestion when you yourself are that like companies and the stakeholders are not dumb? They want your suggestions. If they are not dumb, why do they still want your suggestions? Because they feel that the research that you do, the backing that you have for any argument that you propose, you have a very solid base for it. That is understandable again. But how do you, as a person, do a research? Because you are expected to do a research, but research is very tedious, and we have a very naive background for it. We all must be from our engineering colleges and engineering commerce colleges, any other colleges, MBA or doing anything. So nobody teaches us the exact research perspective to things. So research is primarily of two types. There is primary research and there is secondary research. Research is something when you interview people, ask different people. Primary is also divided into qualitative primary, quantitative primary. Qualitative primary research means when you interview different people, you are asking me, you are asking your friends, you are surveying the stakeholder, you are surveying the target market that you are willing to solve for, then that research is called primary qualitative research. Then there is primary quantitative research, wherein you do surveys, you must have saw different survey forms, field forms, that people are doing survey. So that is primary quantitative research, wherein you can quantify your research that 10 people out of 100 like this product and 90 people does not like this product. So that is primary quantitative research. Then there is secondary research. Secondary research is done from research papers, different articles that you have. So you must have done secondary research means there is no stakeholder involved as such. There's no voice, there's no interview sort of thing. In secondary qualitative research, you analyze, you read a lot, you read about different things. So that is secondary qualitative research. And then secondary quantitative research is when you have proper, authentic, just if you are analyzing Olympics, car research something. If you are analyzing very uh, specific thing that are, if you're analyzing RBI, let's suppose you are analyzing the budget report. So you have RBI's official reports published. So that are secondary quantitative. The figures are very authentic for that. So that is secondary quantitative research. So these methods you can apply in your daily life to do a very good research. Yeah, Kahan, if you
Okay,
can take
so
forward.
yeah. Moving on next, like now we have done the research, completed with all our findings. We did the primary one, we did the secondary. We would be getting so many problems. Like if you imagine a company, it would have 15, 20, 100 of problems. But now I as a consultant will think that what are the problems that I should solve to maximize the results. Like I can't tell ki solve all the problems and you will then become profitable. I have to select my niche that solve 20% of the problem, which will give you 80% of the result. So this is what Pareto's principle says. Identify the 20%, which can provide you the 80% of the output. Like in any company, or he knows that I have hundreds of problems, but as a consultant, a person hires you to identify the 20%, right? Now, if moving on next, please change the slides. Yeah. So moving on to the root cause analysis. So if we have understood that this is the problem and we selected that, now we'll select this 20% of the problem, how to go deeper into this. So going deeper into this, let's analyze with the case study of Paytm. Next, next slide, please. So Paytm's ask you that his monthly customer revenue has decreased by 20%, now 25%. Now what will you do? So there are very simple steps to solve any question, yeah, or any problem that any niche problem that you figure out. Uh, okay. So for solving any niche problem, Paytm has given you that its account has decreased by 25%. So first clarify that this is the issue and what metric are they choosing on. So here they have chosen that 25% has been decreased in monthly active users. Now what would be our second step? Our second step would be to analyze the pattern, like is the drop sudden or gradual? If sudden, it might not point to a significant technical issue, a significant change in market, or a new product or feature has released, right? And if it is a gradual, like slowly it's decreasing or something like that is happening, we might see that there's a decline in the product performance, or there is a user shift in this, like people are not liking this due to some alternate product. Third step that we need to do is see the internal factors, that what are the causation of causing a 25% decrease in the return. So there might be a product change, a technical issue, or market effort change. Marketing efforts might have reduced. So these are some of the internal company factors that you should check while analyzing any problem. Then fourth, once you have checked the internals, check the external, that any competitor is launching anything new, or there are any regulatory changes made, or any microeconomic trends. So these all things will give you an external and internal overview, and you will even get further into the problem. After looking at this, now you got to know that which is exactly the problem that is causing the decrease in 25% PTM users, monthly active users. So these all things you have to find out by research and various methods that we have discussed earlier. This is complete research thing, like no other metric or anything. Once you find out that this is my niche, make all the research structured and then get to figure out that which metric are you looking for. Then after getting that, you say that this is the problem, we'll solve it by this, and this would be the metric. Then develop a hypothesis on that. Like, how will you solve this? you only can't just figure out the problem, you need to give the solution. So even figure out the hypothesis, why you are giving this answer, why is this solution more capable of solving the issue. By this, you would complete your one of the business research. Like you must have seen the first video of week 1. We had shown you a business case study of ITC. So just like that, there would be a consultant who would be sharing a business case study or a business perspective, how he has solved this problem or how a company has solved this problem. For these, you need to benchmark, you need to look onto various consulting cases, various things that people have done. You need to get your hands dirty, basically, that how is things working, how has this issue been solved, or this is the 20%, this is the 80%. It requires a lot of reading. Even like after this, if you have solved the problem, you got to know that this is the issue. Now, another problem lies is communicating the problem. How will you communicate the problem? So, for communication of the problem, we use pyramids principle. Please change the slide. Yeah. So pyramids principle tells you that first, if I got to know that this is the thing that I want to share, this is my deliverable. So I'll first tell him that do this. While communicating anything, start with the main conclusion or recommendation. Nobody wants to hear that how what you did, what you get, what you see. Everyone in this wants a result. Ki आया क्या? What is the final output? What should I do? First, tell him that you should do this. This is the aim. Give him the final thing, giving the final recommendation. Then, after giving the first prince, the above triangle step, go downward towards the pyramid. Why this argument? Follow it with supporting arguments that how did you do this? What did you do? How all these things are messy in approach. Like all the categories should be messy. Go more downwards and one more layer. Then tell that this is the rationale for doing this. So this is a pyramid approach that you share to not look boring and keep the person or the client hooked towards your approach or hooked towards the conversation, right? After doing this, you are actually done with a case study. Like you can easily share it in the board meetings or anywhere, even in many case competitions. If many of them are somewhere to find, if many people are like what I say, if many people are into case competitions or anything, if you follow these approaches, it would be very helpful for you to deliver a speak or anything. So this is what a pyramids approach is. And we have mostly these were the topics that we were left to add it into our video slides because we didn't find any good content. This is an exclusive material that we at CNA had prepared. Like CPA, you can't find anywhere. We have this in our KTC guide, which I'll link it out in the last book. This is the link to the business guide and business case book. You can go through that and you can find like more such theoretical details on how it is done and what all it is. We are open to questions. Like if you have any questions of the week, we are ready, open to answer. You can just unmute or write it in the chat box. Or any suggestions, feel free to ask. Like it is just an open session. And just before that, I would be telling you that tomorrow we have a very important session of Aman Tomar sir. He has been a UVA Darden graduate MBA, and he is associated VP currently at CEO's office in Spinney, and he was a BCG ex-BCG associate consultant at US. He will actually tell you how his consulting life was, what all did he do, what was his experience, what was his expertise. Getting an industry expert from him would be something that you would very much. He will help you go through a case study that he had actually worked on. So you will get a very nice perspective. Now, any doubts or something you have, you can just ask it out for us and do try attending the tomorrow session. Yeah.
So
Should
just
we
to
not?
add on to just a second, Kahan. Just to add on to what Kahan said, the intent for today's session was so that there are some fundamentals, first of all, to give you all a week 1 overview, and some things that we wanted all of you to have a basic understanding of so that you are ready for the world. Now, the next steps for week 1. So just to add that first, what will be the next steps? So firstly, we expect now that you have a basic understanding, we expect you to solve as many as questions that you get. Now, solving questions, abhi at this stage, you'll not get a lot of clients immediately that you will solve for. We all must be college students, or some of us will be working professionals. So, for general perspective, try attempting case competitions. First thing, like there are a lot of case competitions that are held by different colleges. Even our college hosts strategies from. We have our flagship case competition that will happen in January. Apart from it, different IIMs, all of the IITs, and different sort of companies, they host a lot of case competitions. Um, I encourage all of you to participate in those case competitions because they give you a basic understanding of how do you solve a problem, structure your thoughts, make a presentation for it, give a presentation for it. I think you all must have done it, but this is a basic kickstart to, I guess, before you enter in the official corporate world as college students, you can start with this. First thing. Second thing that you can do is try to incorporate these things in anything that you're solving for. Like first principle thinking is something that is very natural. It's not something that you can just essay learn as a framework. Try like whenever you are given a problem, try going into depth for it. Use NICI approach, do SWOT analysis. All these tools will help you in any business problem that you solve. So do that, and yeah. Now we can look into chat
Yeah.
box and you guys can also unmute, ask any doubts that you all have.
So with the chat box, like I can see, we'll be sharing the PPT on Discord. And Gonika had asked that how are we supposed to identify? There is someone's mic unmuted. Like if you can mute it, it would be great. Yeah. In the chat box, there was a question, how are we supposed to identify the exact 20%? So see, the 20% that you identify, there is no particular framework for that, but you can go on with seeing a data correlation that if you change this metric by X%, what would be the change? So for everything, like if a company is operating, it would have an operational cost and different types of cost, right? So if you see that X to X plus point two, you are making this much change, what is the output change that you are getting? So these types of small things that you can see or quantify by identifying that 20%. Then another thing is engineering and consulting is very different and also involves a lot of assets, especially we are not able to get a good percentile. So how to choose the best ROI? Where should we draw the line between consulting and ROI involved? Uh,
Can you please
so
elaborate, Sweksha? Like, I guess.
Like what I understood is like engineering gives you a perspective that consultant solves. Engineers also break a problem into a shorter problems and get to the solution. Like we at engineering learn that how to break down things, which is exactly what a consultant do. And engineers have a domain perspective. Like if I'm a chemical engineer, I would be knowing much more about that field. And if anyone has a expertise in that field, then he would be a better consultant or guidance.
Yeah,
Then
I read one question about what are some reliable sources to find good consulting cases, and plus someone also asked what are good cases. So we at CNA also have this initiative of Crack the Case. We have our business guide and business casebook. I'm already sharing my screen. I just want to show all of you. So is my screen visible, Kahan?
yeah, it's visible.
So this is our business guide. So whatever you learned in consulting, in winter consulting in general, this is a theory casebook that we all made. This is the index. It covers consulting, SQL, product. You'll all be learning product and SQL in the upcoming weeks. But this is a comprehensive guide that has various resources for it. So it has all the theories that you need. Everything that we taught in the slides today are also there in this. Whoever is unmuted, can you please mute? Yeah. So this covers all the case structuring tools that you also learned in Windsor Consulting. This is a comprehensive theory book. Now that you know the theory, now what about case practice? So we at Sienna also launched our business case book. This case book is a comprehensive case book that consists of different sort of cases from different industries. So we have our associates as well who were involved in making for this case book. So these are different cases. The profitability framework that you learned, this book contains a case for that. So you can it's in this format. So there's this client. This is how in general cases are given. So company
Adding
will
on
tell
to,
you,
yeah,
yeah,
adding
company
on to
will tell
this,
you
like,
that your client, just a second, Ron. Company will tell you that your client is a fan manufacturer in India. They want to improve their gross profit margin. How would you approach this? So everything that you have learned in this week, you will kind of utilize it in this format. If you read 3 to 4 cases, it will give you a lot more understanding. Today what we did was a crisp section for it. But you all will understand it in a much deeper depth when you read cases yourself. Yes, Kahan.
yeah, you can practice this with AI as well. Like you have
Yeah,
AI-based mock interviews. So if you click on that, then you would redirect to an AI and you can practice it with AI. It would be a live one-to-one case. And for more such cases, you can, or more such case interviews, you can actually see many business case studies, which you can find on YouTube. Personally, I feel Think School has very great content on cases. So you can watch any of that and you would get a very good perspective key how a big company had solved a problem and would increase your domain knowledge or anything on a consultant perspective. It's just how much you read, go to podcasts. We couldn't share the
so
podcast and
this
the links,
AI
but yeah,
interviews, yeah, this is a very new edition. No casebook till today has this edition. So if you want to case practice things in a live format, you can click here on the case and you can give your live interview here. So that is a very good thing that you can do. Yeah,
these two casebooks are at, I'll send the link. Okay. We'll share this link in that as well in the Discord channel.
yeah. Everything will be shared to you all. Any doubts that you had while doing the course? I read a lot of doubts about Discord. So the people who are new, we have our winter consulting course dashboard. So there are pre-recorded materials and theories that are already in the course dashboard. You are supposed to do that. And after you do that, there is an assignment. Assignment will be released today at 5. We'll release the assignment. You have a timeline for today and tomorrow till tomorrow night. You have the time to solve that assignment. It will not take much of your time. You have to solve that assignment, and on the basis of that, we'll grade you for the certification part. It's a self-paced course. You have your time, take your time. Even if you are not able to do it day one task on that particular day, you can do it on day two. It's a self-paced course entirely on you guys.
And that assignment would be, it is given 1 hour, but you could complete it in 30 minutes only. But make sure that you attend tomorrow's session and ask doubts to the industry professional. Like he has been in an industry from 5 to 15 years, 10 years.
Yeah, somebody
So,
asked this question now, okay, why to attend
yeah.
when we can solve, why should we rush to and trying to solve crisis by ourselves, rather see a consultant? Actually, it's very important to see what a consultant do because we have just learned things out. But how does these things pan out? How do you actually feel to be a consultant? So the speaker that we have for tomorrow, he's a very experienced professional. He's already in USA. He's also like he has a great career trajectory. So anything that you want to ask him, it will be a very good experience. The winter consulting week 1 assignment, it will not be on website, it will be on Geeks for Geeks platform. We'll share the link on the Discord channel as to that, we'll mail it to you. It will be mailed and on Discord as well. The recording for this session will be provided. It will be uploaded on YouTube. And yesterday, tomorrow's session will be held exclusively on YouTube because we
And
wanted
here as
it
well
reach a
in
lot of people.
Microsoft as well. Yeah, in Microsoft as well and on YouTube both. You can interact with the person one to one.
The time
It
for
is a
tomorrow's session is
MCQ.
4 p.m. The assignment is MCQ and the time for tomorrow's session is 4 p.m. Yeah. So there are 3 categories for certification. We have Certificate of Excellence, Certificate of Merit, and Certificate of Participation. The parameters will be if you attend all the assignments with a good score. Along with that, your caption project is up to the mark, and it's like actually it will be on the basis of the percentile. So if you are in the top 10 percentile for the course, you will get a certificate of excellence. Like how do you perform relatively amongst your peers? That will be the parameter. So it will all be created in the form of rank, and the top 10 percentile will be given certificate of excellence. The next top 20 or 30 percentile will be given merit, and that is the way it will go on. The course material is there in the CNA website. It's already mailed to you, but we can also drop it on the chat box here as well. You can find the course material there. The course dashboard remains the same for the entire course duration. There is a single course dashboard that is there for week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And also, we'll be interacting in the same manner with you all every week. So every week you'll have two sessions. One session that will be organized by us, so that any doubts that you have, you can ask us in person, and plus a quick recap and doubt session will be held, and the other session will be industry session.
If you miss on to any content, it would cover like just whatever we have completed in the complete week. So it would be a one-shot video types. Like we are completely just solving your doubts. You can ask anything. Vinayak, you can send a mail to CSE, then we'll further communicate there.
Are you
I'll
guys
send.
having fun doing winter consulting? Was it insightful for all of you? We just wanted to improve. Even if you have any feedback for us, do let us know. How has this week 1 been for you?
Uh, the question that Karthik you asked, it would be like what we think that a consultant requires is for entering into a field is getting more of research knowledge, getting hands-on experience, being adaptable very quickly, that you can shift from one topic to other. So these are some of the skills like if you have, you could be a good consultant. You can ask this question tomorrow as well. He would be a better person to answer this to you. Any
Yes.
feedbacks or anything in general, you can share it us.
You can unmute as well. It's a very free space and open space for all of you.
Great to hear, Rabin.
Was it convenient? Did you all face any problems that you want, technical problems, understanding problem, anything that you want us to improve on? We are very open
And
for
did you,
anything that you want.
yeah, if you want, we can increase the course material, keep it same or reduce as well if it is overburden. Okay, more live sessions from experts. Sure, we'll try this.
Matlab,
Uh,
you already have one session every. Actually, the thing is that you already have course material to complete with. So the entire intent was so that you don't get bugged with a lot of things. You won't learn at a single glance, but we'll obviously try more sessions. Yeah. One thing for investment banking, these tools that we are learning in this entire course, these are very basic and foundational things that you will learn for anything
your
that you
voice
want to
is
get started with.
coming twice.
Okay. Am I clear now? Audible? Yeah. The skills that we'll learn in this entire course, these are very preliminary and very basic to any course that you anything that you want to start with. It will help you in general to grow
Your
in
voice
a
is coming
very
twice.
sense. Okay, you continue.
Yeah. So I think like if you have any other doubt, you can ask.
Consulting is problem solving. Consulting is a mindset to me in particular. So you deal with a lot of different things. You don't even know what exactly will your part be. So it's a very open-ending thing. So you'll solve problems, you'll manage verticals, you'll lead different verticals. It's a mixture of everything. Technical skills, to be honest, this is a very good question that you can ask tomorrow because we are also we are also students. So if you take an industry perspective for technical skills, that would be a really good thing in the era of AI. Plus, the speaker for tomorrow, he's into this space. So, Soumya, it will be a great question for tomorrow that you can ask. There are no skills required as a very preliminary. There are no prerequisites to this course. You can start it at your own pace. Everything will be like learned and told to you from scratch. Sweksha, it's all right. There's nothing much. We just have completed week 1. The assignment will be posted today. So you can completely cover the course. It will not take much of your time. Satyam, we already have KTC recorded sessions for how to crack consulting off campus. We'll share, Kahan, if you can share YouTube channel of CNA. We already have these sessions pre-recorded. And we'll also ensure if we can have one in winter consulting as well. Consulting roles actually for every college, like consulting roles are in general very competitive in nature. But if you're like persistent and with things, you can get it after BTech, even after BCom, after MBA, it's for sure. But yeah, after any degree that you pursue, if you want to step into consulting, you have to just be very proactive. You have to be a all-rounder actually. You have to step into different, you have to have multiple skills to be a consultant. Even like that is something that you can also clarify tomorrow. The assignment will be timer based. You'll have 1 hour to complete, and it will start when you open it.
This is an open to all session. Like
This
anyone
is a
can do
very
this
good time,
course.
Shrayan. For starting in-campus placement, if you want to step into product, Shrayan was asking whether he can tap into course by doing his product base. If you have in-campus companies as well, and you can try off-campus as well. This will give you a foundational understanding. After completion of course, you'll have enough time to do. Good case competitions, be active on LinkedIn and Unstop. Unstop lists a lot of good competitions. So keep looking out for competitions there. There are LinkedIn, then there are different sources like Google Pay. There are something like if you're very active, Instagram Pay also sometimes if you're very active now, it suggests you different competitions to participate. But majorly Unstop, so you get a lot of idea for competitions because majorly everyone lists their competitions there. So keep looking out for that case competitions. Any guidance for expectation to make consulting the case competitions? We can have this session. We already have had one in the winter consulting, crack the case consulting playlist. So we'll share the link in the Discord channel. Where to submit week 1 assignment, it's on Geek for Geeks platform only. So you'll have this option to submit it there itself. And the leaderboard will also be shown there. I'm a BCA student, so how can we How can we watch previous
Hello?
sessions? Naveen, all the sessions that we have, live sessions, are already on YouTube, and the rest of the sessions, the course materials, is on the Winter Consulting dashboard, course dashboard. But then, yes, if you are an IT student, these things are very basic and understanding. So it will help you anyways in general only. If you want to develop a business mindset, this course will help you a lot. Anything else? Yeah, did you all enjoy? I hope you had a great time learning in the week 1. I guess if no doubts are there, we can wrap up the session. It was great interacting with all of you, and I hope you all have had fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
can complete the session.
it's a free course, Naveen. It's a free certification course.
Everything is a free certification course, and this is a channel to a YouTube channel link. If you want to watch any videos, you can go there.
The session will
Yeah,
be
so
recording will be shared by tonight. Okay. Yeah. Have a great day ahead, guys. Have a great
thank
weekend.
you guys for joining. Yeah,
Ashutosh Business Guide is first, and then the business case book. We'll share. Yeah. Okay, guys. See you. Bye.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.